while I'm sure that the inside of the actual well to the edge of that is 4 feet, and I was never planning to plant anything in ground over here, despite the fact that there's always a bunch of like things. I'm sure there's a bunch of things underground. Um, I feel like it's still too close because they say not to plant like, I guess it's trees. They say not to plant 4 feet from the well, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, now I'm like maybe this doesn't become a a planting bed or anything. Actually, that kind of works. If I make this, because I was like, oh, okay, I can have like a little seating area over here in the middle. But if I make this the seating area, I can put some screening on this side, or maybe even just use some containers. Right? I can have some containers line this little back over here, some screening over here. I don't know. I don't know, but that's a thought. I think, right? I also can get more space. Like if this marking of the bed over here, if I remove that and make it completely like circular over on that side, that's instantly a whole lot more space to work with. But which makes it, I guess, better for like walking space over here and less pressure to plant things. So I guess I could always focus on this first, and go slowly, slowly. Also, a lot of these trees, I'm gonna probably just cut back. They're encroaching way too much, and I want this to be a nice little secret garden type thing. Not having a bunch of, I don't want so many trees. There's a bunch of trees already, so I'm gonna cut probably these right here. Yeah, we're gonna cut those back. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah. Just moved this off of where it was because there was some grass growing into it. I saw it was green inside, and I'm going to have to move it because some of a bulb was coming up, and I don't want to miss that. So, yeah, I'm gonna find somewhere to put this. All right. I thought I was going to be asleep by now, but I decided to mow, and it just kept going. I have other areas I can mow, obviously, but I pretty much cleared all this down. Not the most complete mow. I'd love to come out here with the trimmer, really get into things, right? Um, but I need to get more thread. Is that what it's called? For the trimmer. My sister does have one that's just a blade, but I'm actually scared of it. So back up so you can see, because now you can see things really. And I mowed all this. Right, I gotta stay out here mowing things lest things get out of control. But you can really see 2 mully grasses. I'm half like, should this mully grass be a little bit over? But I feel like this is fine. There's one crepe myrtle, and the back is another crepe myrtle. By the mower is a rose. And I had initially last year buried 3 bare roots from Walmart, Nico Blue hydrangeas. One kind of where I guess the one next to where the crepe myrtle currently sits got eaten by ants. I know it was a thing. The other 2 were okay for a while. I guess with the heat and maybe not enough water, they died out. Guess now we'll see if they come back. I don't think they will, but it'd be great if they did, at least the 2 of them. And so when I made this bed year before last, whatever, when I made this bed, I made a curving, and there's no curving path. And I think I want to take out the curving path and maybe change the curve altogether. Maybe just make it a straight line, or just a lot more straight, so that maybe a car could fit behind there. But also, why am I in my mind feeling like I have to make all the concessions for cars? I always have to push people to move this way anyway. No one moves there anyway. In fact, I got stuck in that mountain driving, so maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I think I'll leave it this year. There I go, speaking myself into that. So I'm still not sure that I like the curve. I might change the shape regardless. But I mowed a lot of things down, and if I didn't mow it, like the woody tall stems, I think there's a lot of lesbias over there. The woody stems, I just use the back end, the rolling end of the push mower to bend down. So there's a lot that got bent over, especially like the thin woodier stuff. Or not woody stuff, or herbaceous stuff, I should say. The sedges and whatnot that got bent over. So now So here's the path, or what was meant to be the path. And the idea is, it's a path, you're walking. Here's plants in the front of this. I'm not sure if I necessarily want to keep that vision. And then there's a little path here. So if I were to move this right here, definitely you could fit a car over here. Definitely. And that might make, generally, for a lot easier things in terms of turning onto this road. Coming from this road, I don't know about that at all, because turning, then you have to do a weird curve. But, maybe I should take this out and just make it wider. Anyway, because then again, I don't have... I'm thinking about it. If I take this from being a curve to more of like a straight line, and then maybe not so much in here, because sometimes when the cars turn, they get in here. Maybe I move this over. I don't know. I'm still thinking. It's still a workshopping thing. Definitely want to take those mums out, put them somewhere else. I don't know. I think next I'll tackle that grass over there. Well, whatever. I'm not really pressed. But yeah, so the mounds are still here. Maybe I'll find something else to put in them. Maybe I'll put some big pots in there for now. I don't know. Maybe I make it smaller, but I have like a little gate on this side or something. So it's like, oh, I'm tired of making space for cars. What I was trying to do was clear this weedage under from this pine tree. I also mowed a bit of it down, because it's like that whole thing, you could make a little horseshoe around the tree. I'm tired of making concessions for automobiles, so no. I am happy that I did this though, because I'd like being able to come over here and, not be afraid of weeds and whatnot. So that's fun. I think I have to stand out of this mowing area. Definitely have to get this. I have the trimmer of my sister's electric. I don't know if it's also a trimmer. It's not a trimmer because it's not string. It's not a string trimmer. There's a bunch of, I don't know what this is. Lespedazole. Yeah, I think it is, right? Anyway, I took some of the woody stuff. I'm going to put it on this compost pile over here. I'm thinking also I might come out one of these days. I don't know if I should make this smaller on this side. I definitely have to measure it. I want to make it a circle for sure. But I'm thinking I want to come over here and maybe line it up with what do you call this? Sweet peas, right? Especially now that it's maybe everything's a bit more easier to maneuver. So that area is curved over here. I feel like over here it's not as fun, not as easy, right? So I definitely want to do that. So I'll probably be doing that soon at some point. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is just redo the border on the back one and make it one giant bed. Maybe as opposed to like a weird J shape, I'll make it like a whoop, sharp curve, and we come back down. Or not even a sharp curve, just a bump up. A bump up, and then we come back down. This would be so nice if I had, I guess I still could theoretically, if I surround it with bulbs. The way I say scouring Marketplace for free stone, and it's never within appropriate distance, the free one. Videos back, I mentioned that, I had heard it's time to fertilize camellias, and I'm glad I did this again for that reason, if only alone. And now I'm able to get back here even to fertilize. And so here's one camellia. It looks like it did flower. I, of course, just didn't see it. So that's good to know, right? Okay. Was that last year? Was that early this year? There's the other one. And I'll probably be coming back another day once all this has, flattened out a bit. Maybe past the cold day. So we're supposed to have a couple cold days coming up. And stay weeding, or stay mowing, I should say. Not weeding, per se. Here's the other camellia. I see where I could prune it up in the back a lot, where there's nothing growing, apparently. So, something else to do and consider. But then also, this area over here definitely is a triangle. So, that's not changing. But you see right now, this is one path, two path, garden bed. Do I make it one giant path? That's a lot more to weed, though. It's going to be a lot to mow. It's going to be a lot to mow regardless, but of course I get like heavy mulch here, which if the trip drop comes through and I have surplus. I don't know why you're like, oh my gosh, 20 cubic feet. I have so much I could do with that. Thick mulch in many beds. So that does not faze me necessarily. Like I would just mulch a path, right? So I forget which one this is, but we see the leaf shape. This is a rounder and shinier. So here's the other camellia. I feel like it bloomed once. The first year I got in and never again. Again, I've got to fertilize. I know this. And here come the are they about to bloom? The sand plums? I feel like they are, right? A lot of them here. So, yeah.